Welcome everyone to Saturday Evening Chats. This is episode 106. We have with us tonight from the great state of Ohio, Mr. Chris from the 740.
Good evening. Thanks for having me on.
You are welcome. And for some reason, I've allowed this person to be on 2 weeks in a row. So, welcome, Mr. Artak and Daughters.
Well, thank you kindly, sir. Ain't got nothing to do with 45 long coat ammo driving you with or something like that?
Could be.
Okay.
In a world of uncertainty and turmoil, one man stands alone, along with his faithful sidekick. A man who entertains and educates the masses weekly, 70% of the time. Born out of the dusty plains of Washington State, now from the coastal forests of Oregon. The man, the myth, the man, G23.
So, first in was Wesley Foster, new name. And then we have Mr. Burnaby Sanchez, Chris from the 740 pulling double duty. Georgia Trapping and Fishing is out there. Jet 001, Andy 79, Z28, Mr. Gene reloading from the Hot Pot is out there. Michael Hurtneck is out there. Mr. Big Al is out there. Anyone else that I'm missing? Joe Morgan is out there. Mr. JH586 is out there. So, welcome everyone.
Michael said hi. Hi, Michael.
Mr. Lee from Thoughts of an Old Soldier. Great channel. If you guys aren't subscribed to him, definitely go check him out.
I agree.
So, got some new equipment for the channel. Hopefully, it's all going to work out. Better than the camera, the DSLR that I had picked out. So, we will be testing it out and seeing what goes on. Miss Abigail is out there, so welcome, Abigail. So, kind of thinking, maybe a good topic is what kind of equipment we use to create our content.
I like that topic.
So we can at least, hey, guess what? You don't have to go and spend, $10,000 to get all this professional equipment to have a YouTube channel. You can do it on a halfway decent budget. I mean, truly, just starting out, I think you really only need a good cell phone camera.
Mm-hmm. Tripod.
Yeah.
We can get into it. You pick whatever you want to start on first. We can go from cameras to audio to accessories.
So, Mr. Foster showed up.
Hi, Foss.
Hello.
Mouse. Mr. Mouse.
Yeah, let's just start with we'll start out with what we started using when we first started producing, and what if we are using any of that same equipment today. Um, so I just started out with a cell phone, Samsung. I was running, I think, the A10e. So it wasn't a super expensive cell phone, and I picked up one of those little bendable tripods, and that's how I started out. Um, I'll let either any of you three go from how you guys started.
Started out with, trying to think what phone I was probably running when I first started. I'm gonna guess I was using my I was using my Pixel 3 when I started making my first videos, and I had them on a tripod with like a phone adapter. And then I bought a GoPro 8 for competition, so I could wear it on my hat when I was going into the stages. And I ended up liking the GoPro 8 so much. A couple months later, the 9 came out. So I ended up buying the 9. Probably, I'm going to say 50%. It's about a 50-50 split on my content. I'm either using the GoPro 9 or now I have the Pixel 6 Pro. But mostly all my unboxing videos and stuff that I do in the house, I use the Pixel 6. At the range, I use the GoPro 9 to film me doing everything I'm doing, and then I set my phone up on a tripod right beside the target. And then when I get home, we can get into editing here in a little bit. But then when I go into editing, then I'll edit the two cameras together then. But I'm not using any like crazy cameras or nothing. Just using a phone and GoPros.
Mr. Foss, you want to talk about how you started out and where you are kind of today?
I started out with a cell phone. I think it was. I think I still had my Galaxy S5, and first few videos were just with that, and then I started kind of using Canon. I forget what model camera for video, and then can't remember if I was using because I have the Canon T7. Can't remember if I was using that to start with or my other Canon, but now I still use that Canon, and then the T7. That's what I do most of the video with now. And if I go to the range, then I'll take my other Canon, which has a super zoom on it, so I can zoom in on the target at the range. And then I've got a Faux Pro. I've got one of the knockoff GoPros that I'll use also. And then sometimes I'll use my video or my cell phone instead of that Faux Pro. Kind of depending on what I'm doing at the range. But that's basically all I use. I would love to have like the 4K Canons, but I just haven't wanted to spend the money on it.
Yeah, I've got the Nikon D3200, and I've got I've never used it for YouTube. I just use it to take pictures, but
yeah, that's when I bought the T7. it was before I thought about doing YouTube. So I wanted to take pictures, something for taking pictures. And then as soon as I bought it, I decided to start doing YouTube. I would have bought a different camera to start with if I had known I was about to start doing YouTube stuff.
Yeah. So it's like for me, I want to say I've got at least 4 lenses now for my D3200. So, I want to buy in the near future, I want to get the 7500 so I can use my lenses I already have, just buy the body, because I want to have a DSLR that can shoot 4K. But I mean, it's $1,000 camera. So it's kind of like, do I really want it that bad? But it would be nice to have a DSLR shooting 4K.
Mr. Artak and Daughters?
I started out with a Galaxy J7 phone, which had pretty decent camera in it. And I did buy one of those 3-leg tripods for a while. Then I bought a full-size tripod. I still use both of those. Recently, this year, I bought an overhead adjustable camera or phone holder, which I can do overhead videos now when I do reviews here lately. I did upgrade the first 2 years. I was using that J7, and I occasionally use it now every once in a while. But the main one I'm using now, I'm still using a phone, but it's the Samsung A11. It's got 3 cameras in it now, and my editing software that I started using was it's called, well, you'll see it it's called My Movies. I can do it either on my laptop or on my phone, and with the way I work, it's pretty good because I can edit movie or the films together with the phone and then upload them, and then I usually use my laptop to do my the tabs and the final editing and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I find it's just it's lighter. I think MKJ Outdoors or Budget Guns and Gear from Ohio. He used to lug all that stuff around, and what he said was, yeah, it's just easier to take the phone with you anymore.
Yeah, it is.
And the fewer accessories and that you need, like maybe the bigger tripod and that. So that's what I use now. And then instead of having to lug up big things, I thought about the big cameras, and I just don't, with the editing software that I got access to, I don't really need it. I see that I could put out 4K videos with my phone.
Yeah, I think the only, for me, the DSLR where it would come in handy is like when my son's out there filming our matches, because he has to stay out of the shooting area.
Right.
So it'd be nice to have the zoom lens where he can, especially because he's already, the kid's a hell of a photographer. So he's really good at focusing and stuff. So if he was out behind us with the DSLR, he would be able to use the zoom function to zoom into the spots. Oh, okay. I'll send that over right now. G.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump through the crowd because a lot more people have shown up out there. I don't want to miss a whole lot of people. Side chat's been popping. Wow. So if I missed anyone, I'm sorry, but we got Hobbies Hobo, who's jumped in, Kyle Lusk, DM Foss pulling double duty, Mrs. Hotshot is out there, Sam of Anarchy is out there, Tim S is out there. Artak and Daughters. Jason Stewart. Jamie JH586. Mark Thomas is out there. AR Gun 1776. MCK. I know I'm probably missing a bunch of people. GGW Reloading is out there. So,
That's what Sam, he had a comment out there. He said, Chris, you might want to be good to look for a camera under $1,000 with the same capabilities and save money for new guns or something. Well, that's what you're saying, Sam, is like, I've got a bunch of Nikon lenses already, and the lenses are super expensive.
yeah.
So that's why I want to stick with the same brand of camera, but I want one that shoots 4K so I can use the lenses that I've already invested in.
Now, some of those lenses will switch between brands. So you may look and see if those lenses are compatible with a different brand.
Mm-hmm.
You can also get adapters, but you might lose some of the functionality. Because I've got an adapter so I can use some Minolta lenses that I had, but then I lose the autofocus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got Mike White out there. Christian Grest is out there. So, so some of the newer equipment that I've added on, I've got a folding tripod that goes up to like 54 inches. And it's got the cell phone mount on there. It's got a Bluetooth remote control. So a week ago yesterday, I picked up a Samsung A53 and then I picked up some DJI wireless microphones, which there will be an unboxing video coming out here pretty soon. When I was waiting to start the show, I was kind of doing some video editing, and Mr. Chris got to hear a little bit of that because I had the video running and all of a sudden he popped in. I'm like, oh crap, I gotta stop this video. So we got Andrew Carmichael out there. Welcome. So yeah, those mics will come in real handy for multiple different purposes. So, you know, if you go to the range, you take a buddy with you. You both can be on mics, and everything. Or if you go and do interviews, you got wireless mics.
I believe this is life.
For you know, you and whoever you're interviewing, which is pretty nice. I don't know if anyone else has been contemplating getting wireless mics.
I definitely have.
I have one that I can plug into the laptop, like to do overlay that I use. I've been thinking about getting a wireless mic as well.
Well, maybe when you guys see the unboxing and everything, you'll see some of the reasons why I went with the brand that I went with. Yeah. I will be adding in there How much they cost? I'm gonna tell you, they're not super cheap.
Yeah, but if it's going to help, especially if it's going to help cut down on wind noise when you're out at the range, because that's the worst part of it. I shot 2 videos yesterday, and it was like I had to do so much noise removal when I got home and started editing. Um, I even had the windscreen on the GoPro 9, and it was still bad.
So Sam says, "How's that SIG been treating you?" Man, I love it, and I'm getting used to the weird trigger in there. So I do realize that I can't ride reset on that trigger because it will make you look like an idiot every damn time. You don't know if it's going to reset on the first click or on the third click. or somewhere in the middle. So it's just easier to let it all the way out and get back on. Other than that, that single action, double action, really nice, smooth. So
Does it feel like a 4006?
honestly, I love that 4006. It is a nice firearm, but I think I really like the 2022 better in aspects. Now, if you go for like wanting to be able to ride reset, which I do that, I realize that not everybody rides reset. So if you want a firearm between a 4006 and the SP 2022, where you can ride reset and everything, I would say go with the 4006. But if you're not really worried about being able to ride reset, I would definitely say the 2022 would be my choice. Yeah. That, and the thing is that SP 2022 is really underrated. I think it really gets overlooked by its like big brother, the 226 N40, or is that the 229? It definitely gets overlooked. It is at a cheaper price point because of the fact that it is a polymer lower and considered to the 226 or 229, which are full steel firearms. So, yeah. Yeah, I think it is the 226. And so with the 226 or the you can ride reset. So if you were going to compare which, like, out of those three, to compare like the 226 to the 4006, I would definitely say get the 226. But you're also talking, even at a used price point, that 226 is going to be probably 2 times more expensive than the 4006 or the 2022. So again, if you're just looking at getting into a hammer fired SADA, then yeah, that 2022 again, you have your choice if you want 9 or 40. Everybody knows I prefer the 40. So
Looks
Yep.
like Armory Craft's making a trigger for it now.
yeah,
Flat faced trigger for it. There's another company called Hannibal that's making. Oh, that's Galloway Precision. Yeah, because Armory Craft makes really good stuff. I bought a frame from them for my 365 XL. That'd be kind of neat to check out.
yeah, I see that, and I know other people will say, don't worry about it. You can play with the triggers, and well, we got feedback. You can definitely, some people will change out the triggers. I definitely don't do that on firearms that I'm going to carry. So, welcome, Mr. Gene. How are you?
Oh, there we go. Hello, hello. I wasn't all the way. I'm making a steak, onion, mushroom, cheese pizza.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I was in there with the steak on my George Foreman. I love old George. How's everybody tonight?
Doing good.
Doing really good. So, our topic is equipment that you started out using when you first started your channel, and equipment that you're using now.
Well, when I first started out, I had a little bitty Canon ELPH camera and a little bitty tripod stand, little mini, just a little desktop model, and I used that for several videos. I then went to a Canon PowerShot HS530. Bought a tripod stand. Bought a cheap one. The tripod stand crumbled. The camera hit the ground and shoved the lens into the body. I then turned to I bought a used Canon 520 and a better tripod stand, which I still use today and I'm very happy with. So I ended up buying 2 of those. All the hat cam stuff you see, that is a Pro Go camera, a generic GoPro that actually does pretty good videos. I mean, I've got the normal stuff, like I've got a phone mount. I use my Galaxy S21 5G Ultra. I use that once in a while. I've got a tablet mount for the tripod stand. I got several little different cameras. I got one of those lid cams that is pretty cool that you put on the underside of the bill of your hat to get point of view. I've always tried to keep it simple, cost effective, what works. I've seen people with high dollar equipment and it fail on them. Lenses quit working or whatever. And so I try to keep it on the down, budget friendly.
So I did forget, I do have some Aim Pro glasses, which I've used in a couple different videos. I always forget about them, and so I don't use them that often. I really need to use them more.
I've been through some different cameras, like some other hat cams and the wrap around the back of your head and off the side of your head cams, and most of them have just hit the trash can. You know,
So
just try to keep it base.
now the Aim Pro, I do like. They mount onto your. It's part of the iPro, so you have three different lenses, or three different lenses that you have for your glasses. You have a darker, like smoked out lens. You've got a yellow lens, and you've got a clear lens. So depending upon like the weather that you're shooting in, you can change out your safety goggle lenses, and then the camera sits over either your left eye or your right eye, depending on which way you want to put it, and you can adjust it so it's not directly in your line of sight, but you can still get a good POV shot.
That's pretty cool. Do they come in prescription lenses?
Yes, if you want to spend a little more, you can actually get prescription lenses.
Oh, I'm gonna write that down. I'm always interested in new little tricky stuff like that. Years ago, I bought when the camera in the glasses first came out. I bought one of those, and that thing was just JUNK. So I'd never really bothered since then.
Christian out there said he had a rail mount for the GoPro. I have that too. That's pretty cool. You can get a really neat perspective having the camera mounted right on the gun.
Yeah, remember that? Remember that one we seen at the USPSA, Chris? The guy that had the extendo pole.
Yeah,
So
that was
cool.
that was Powers.
That was cool.
Yeah,
I really like that.
Set that thing up and have it looking down on the whole stage. I do like that. I might have to look into that.
So it's called Aim Cam, not Aim Pro. So I'll show you. These are, you can get them so they look like this, which is really nice.
Those are nice.
And you can link it to your phone. You can actually see everything on your phone.
That's what Bald uses.
Yeah. And
I mean, they're a little pricey, but
so I actually got these. Our local store, it's Bi-Mart. It's over in the Pacific Northwest. They actually had these glasses in stock for like $20, and I picked up a pair.
What about those strikes?
Yeah, this is what I was looking at going to, and you're talking like $230. So,
Yeah, as long as
See,
can
I like that strike would be the way to go though, because I do know, like for instance, the last match video Bald put up, he must have bumped that camera and you could tell it was tilted down a little bit, so you couldn't really see what he was shooting at. And I've heard that from a lot of USPSA shooters, that camera on those aim cam glasses moves. So with the strike, it looks like it's built right into the frame.
yeah, this is where you can get the. You order these, and you get your prescription lens.
Nice.
So, yeah, you can record. You can
I wear prescription glasses, but when I shoot, my shooting glasses are 1.5 magnifiers, and that works just fine. I mean, it takes all the bursting out of the dot. I can see my sights. I can see the target.
So if you go with the set plus your prescription lenses and mount, you're talking $311.
That's not bad if it's a good system.
And I do like. I have the other system. Now, if you want to go, you can you can go with a fully loaded. If you go all the bells and whistles, you're talking $385.
Well, we got to have all the bells and whistles. I mean, come on.
Which it's nice because then you get your, you get that hard, like mine comes with that hard case, but then you have another case that you can put that hard case in, which then keeps all your accessories, and everything.
We'll call that the Gucci bag.
And so you got your manual and your warranty. And so the nice thing is with these guys is if you have an aim cam, you can always send that back and get credit to go and buy another set.
That one comes with 64 gigs of internal storage.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Or a huge 128 gig internal. So, plus you got the memory card. So yeah, it comes.
I'm gonna look into those.
Hobbies was out there talking about. He was talking about drones. Christian and I both fly the same drone. Hobbies. We got the Mini 2. But if you're thinking about buying one, the Mini 3 is out now, and it is a lot better drone for not too much more.
Isn't the Mini 3 Pro going to be coming out?
It's out. Yeah, and it has the follow me function, where the Mini 2 does not have that.
See, and that's the reason why I'm kind of thinking about going to, because this one, you get a little better record time. With the set that I have, it only does about an hour. And I have this one.
Well, we're in a match. We don't run it all the time. We run it for our stage, which is 2 minutes. So 3 minutes. I mean, you're going to have it on. You're going to turn it on, make ready. So three. If you remember to shut it off, walk around and edit a bunch of video, huh, Chris?
Yeah.
Why is that's 20 minutes long?
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Christian was. I forgot about. Yeah, you're right, Christian. I forgot about using the third-party apps.
So I was telling you that it has a trade-in. Get $100 off your new aim cam. Trade in your old, any model. So you could have one that's way old, and then trade up to a new one, and you're going to get $100 off.
Pick you up one off of eBay or something for $20 free shipping, and then spend $20 on it and end up with $80, another $80 credit to you.
Yeah. So the ones I got, they were $20, brand new, and if I want to go switch over to the new ones, because I do like that style better. of glasses. I'm not really. I like the ones that wrap close to your head. So it'll be a little bit before I can talk the wife into letting me go spend some more money.
Buy her a rose bush.
It might be something more than that. It's going to get.
Well, the rose bush will last for a long, long time. Where the camera's probably won't last as long as the rose bush.
Yeah.
So it's balance. It's you got to balance that. Honey, the rose bush was $30, but
If I'm going to get the rose bush, I might want to get her a new house to put the rose bush at, and then I can probably buy the new sunglasses.
you can always dig it up and take it with you. They're movable.
GGW says, "I see precious stones in your near future." That's one thing. The wife isn't big on jewelry. She's not one of those ones that. I mean, if I went and bought her a 4-carat diamond, she'd probably go, "Oh yeah, that's nice. It's going to go in the jewelry box."
Mrs. Hotshot loves jewelry, but every time I start to go to the jewelry store, the gun store is there first.
So, Defense Dad jumped in. C&T Designs is out there. Tactical FUD.
Sometimes.
So, if I want to win her over, maybe I just take her back to the ocean. She'll be like all, stargazed and everything, and I can talk her into it, get it ordered, and then by the time she realizes that she agreed to it, it's already on the way.
Good idea.
This right here is another nice thing to have too if you're going to film with your phone.
Gimbal?
Yeah, this is the Osmo 4 by DJI. I love this thing.
Yeah. One of these days I'll think about something like that.
Hold on now, emergency. Tactical Bud is trying to lay carpet in his reloading room.
Uh-oh. I would say vinyl flooring, or wood flooring, or tile.
Yeah, because we're going to need his address to get that piece of carpet to get all the primers out of it.
Right? Just make sure to keep the vacuum cleaner away from the carpet. Because that's not what you want, is to have a primer explode in there.
No, it's just losing them. Because when you're filling your trays, sometimes one will roll, a couple roll off and hit the floor, and you back up real quick. And I've got just like a piece of like the commercial carpets you see when you walk into a business. I've got those from when I have my shops. So it's commercial grade, quality, low carpet with a rubber backing on it. You can find stuff on there real easy.
So, GG says, take her to Cannon Beach and get it rolling. I'd have to take her to like Tillamook. Someplace up like that. Take her up to like Lincoln City, someplace like that. Um, I gotta when, I gotta go over to the Devil's Punch Bowl and get some video for you guys. As you could hear, the wife was agreeing to that. So I think you guys all would love the Devil's Punch Bowl, especially at high tide when the water's rushing in and it spews up through. So it used to be like this big rock formation, and it looked like a punch bowl upside down. Well, the salt water has eroded part of the rock, and so now there's an opening. And so now as the water rushes through there and shoots up, and now it looks like a whale spraying water out its blowhole. So it's really, really cool.
Oh, Gene, now you got to buy a rose bush.
So
already am.
if you go to my last Saturday video, I did show a really, really good purple rose. It's about $75 for the bush, but I think that would be probably the deal maker right there.
It's pretty cheap for a bush.
Yeah, I've never paid more than $20 at Taco Bell for bush.
What are you talking about? $18.99 for a 30-pack.
Man, that lasts you for lunch, dinner, and breakfast.
And for the hangover 2 days later.
Mark Thomas is out there.
Abigail says she wants black roses at her wedding. So
Abigail wants to know if we get hangovers.
no.
I woke up with one this morning. That was the first one I'd had in a long time.
You deserved it.
Oh yeah. I don't even feel sorry for you on that one.
I got into the draft beer last night. I did a number on it too.
Well, were you paying
That's
for
why
the
I'm not
tab?
drinking tonight.
Were you paying for the tab, or was their brother-in-law picking that up?
Yeah, he paid for everything.
That was really nice of him.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool that he, I thought I was just going there to meet him and his best friend, and he had Keith, and he invited Keith and my other best friend Sean. So I had no idea they were going to be there. So that was a really cool thing that he did.
Yeah, draft beer tears my stomach up.
Oh man, I love it, but not the next morning.
Yeah, I was going to say the next day.
Well, it all really depends on what kind of draft you're drinking. I mean, if you're drinking the cheap stuff, then yeah. But if you're drinking like some ales, you'll probably do pretty good.
Well, my problem is with draft beers, I can drink 2 for $1 in a can or a bottle. That's my issue. That draft it goes down so smooth. Well, Abigail, you're lucky.
Yeah. Actually, it has been a long time since I was out drinking. but like the one probably the smoothest draft was Yingling Black and Tan. Can't get it out here on the West Coast.
You don't have it out there?
No.
When I first started drinking Yingling, you couldn't get it in Ohio.
Yeah,
You
I
had to
remember
go to
that.
Pennsylvania, and I would go over to Pennsylvania to a buddy of mine, Brett's, and he introduced me to it. And I came back here and wanted to buy it, and I couldn't find it. And I called him, and he said, "Oh, dude, that's here."
Yeah. The first time I ever had it, I was in South Carolina. And yeah, I tried just your regular Yingling. It was way better than like Budweiser. And then when I found the Black and Tan, I never went back to anything else.
Yeah, hobbies hobo. I'm gonna eyeball that bottle of rum here in a little bit.
Yeah, I know. All you guys have the ability to get Yingling Black and Tan
Mm-hmm.
or Yingling, and I don't see anyone saying, "Hey, I'll send you some."
Well, here now it's Walmart beer here now. You know, you buy it at Walmart.
Yeah, I'd say, well, we probably only had Yingling here for what, 10 years, Gene? Probably. So that hasn't been that long.
Yeah, about 10 or so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, when it first hit the shelves here in Ohio, you couldn't even buy it. I mean, it was everywhere you went, it was gone.
Yes, CNT, you're absolutely correct. You do got to have it on draft. Bottles aren't bad, but
It's best on draft, and when you're in Pennsylvania, you don't ask for a Yingling. If you do, they look at you like you got a dunce cap on.
you have
ask
to order
for a
Black
lager.
and Tan.
No, you order a lager or a Black and Tan. You never say Yingling.
Yeah.
You're over there. They already know what you're talking about.
Kind of the way it was in South Carolina. You'd say, "Hey, I want a lager." If you wanted the Budweiser style of Yingling, or you order the Black and Tan.
I was out racing motorcycles back in the day on the AMA circuit, and we stopped somewhere out west. Got there, a day or two ahead of time. So we researched for a little local bar, get a drink. Found this little local hole in the wall. We walked in, and this old country cowboy looking guy, was singing karaoke. And as soon as I walked in and stopped and turned, looked at him, he turned around, looked at me, and said, "Let's get red eye." I walked up to the bar. I said, "What you got?" He said, "We got Bud Light, and Pat Blue Ribbon on draft. What you want, boy?" I said, "Give me a Pat Blue Ribbon on draft." Man, we were the hit of the bar after that. We all started drinking PBR on draft, singing karaoke badly.
Yes, Mark. You are one lucky person to be 45 minutes away from headquarters. So, before I got booted from Facebook permanently, according to my Facebook page, I lived in Intercourse, Pennsylvania. Never been there a day in my life, but that's where I lived.
Well, ain't that just a banging place to be?
Well, right down the road is Blue Balls.
What about the park, Bush and Groves?
There is a town. It's Two in the Bush. It's right in that same area. Also, these are actual true Pennsylvania towns. You can Google them.
Well, not far from me is a little town that's actually called Helltown. There's not much there.
Oh, yep. Mark says, "Don't forget bird in the hand."
Mud Lick, Kentucky.
What about Beaver Dam? That's right up the road from me. Famous for their truck stop.
We've got Beaverton. There's Rob's outside playing around.
What's going on, Rob?
Too much. Figured I'd pull over, take another quick break, hit a look out here. So it's Massachusetts there.
Traveling home or traveling?
Not sure yet. Had some personal business to tend to here, and I think we might stay around Albany so she can visit her father in the morning. Not sure. Found this little pull off. Figured I'd stop by, maybe share it with you guys. So pretty nice view, pretty hazy. Unfortunately, my earbuds don't line up, so I probably shouldn't join when I'm driving because I'm in the Honda, and sounds like a Honda.
Looks pretty there.
It's got that fart can exhaust.
Right, sounds like a bunch of angry bumblebees.
He is the beekeeper.
Yeah. So did you get any mail there, Artak?
I sure did. I'm glad I pre-screened the mail.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Oh man.
I just want to let you know I appreciate for that box of ammo you bought me.
So M. Gabriel says hello to Rob. So I figured I'd say that since you probably can't see the side chat.
Hello.
And so I haven't said welcome to M. Gabriel or Gizzard Gary. LW Rhodes just jumped in. So guys, there's some great channels out here in this side chat. So
yes, there are. Wow. Good to see you,
Yeah,
Gary.
I'll pass
LW Road. M. Gabriel, good to see you.
yeah.
Hey.
Hi, Tori.
Hello.
Hello.
You get your stuff or your dad steal it?
I got it.
Cool. The color good?
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you get her something teal?
Yeah.
Is there going to be a video on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's actually the second one I have. It's teal.
Yeah, that's the first one that Rob mentioned.
Yeah. One of the packs of fun did rip open when I was trying to open it, though.
It sucks. Yeah, sometimes that happens.
Yeah, me and Emmett ate dad's, though.
Should have just swapped it out with your dad's.
He doesn't like blueberry. Anything blueberry he does not want or like.
Bad man. I love blueberries.
That just means that's more for you, right?
Exactly.
So now you've just told us that if we want to send stuff and guarantee that he's not going to take it, we just order it in blueberry.
I mean, technically, yeah.
I mean, if we get blueberry fudge, you know.
I have a lifetime supply of
Zip ties.
zip ties that make great Christmas presents for other people.
That's funny. So, did the little guy like his package?
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't understand bubble gum not to swallow it, but you know,
He got a little bit of it. He didn't
Yeah.
get a lot.
we gave him a little bit of it.
Cool. Yeah, figured gum would be a nice thing to irritate you. So, and of course, a toy that makes noise. Everybody loves that.
Except that he can't get enough wind to blow it to make it make noise.
And then he broke it.
And then he broke it.
Yeah.
I could barely make a sound.
Neither could I.
And then he got it, and he's like, "Oh, okay." And then,
He did something to it and it broke.
yeah, he ate both my cherry dips.
Do you have a gunfight yet?
Not yet. Yeah,
Not yet. We gotta set up the pool first.
We're gonna set the pool up
All right.
before
Cool.
before the 4th. And we'll have his
Yeah, I'm just priming the pump. So when I move that way in a couple of years, I got these bodyguards to keep me safe out there from your local.
Good evening, Warsaw.
Welcome, Warsaw. So, I know we've been discussing equipment that you started when you started making your first videos to the equipment that you're using now. You want to talk a little bit about that, Rob, before we... Okay,
And
well,
he gone.
yep. So, let's get into editing software. Do you edit, are you editing on your cell phone, on your laptop, on your desktop? And if you do all three or any of the combo, does your editing software cross over? So let's start with Mr. Gene, reloading from the hot pot.
Well, I use my laptop, and I've got an old version of Windows Movie Maker, and it lets me do everything I want to do, need to do. Not too complicated. It's very easy to learn, easy to navigate around. I can get through it very quick. I've looked into some other ones, tried a couple other ones. Kept going back to my Movie Maker.
Mr. Foss?
I use Filmora 9, which I think they call it 10 now, but on desktop. That's what I do all my editing on. It's you can do a lot with it. There's still features of it which I haven't learned yet. I have the Filmora Pro, but it's too much for my desktop. I think I need a better graphics card because it'll run for a little while, and then while I'm editing, it'll crash. But I don't do any editing on my cell phone other than memes now and again.
Yep. So, Artak and Daughters.
I combine my films like or whatever I'm taping with. I use my movie, which is on my phone. That's the name of that company, and it's free. And then I edit all my thumbnails on my laptop through Windows.
Mr. Chris?
I have a laptop dedicated just for editing. I don't put any other programs on it, so it doesn't get bogged down. I use Movavi 15, and then I just bought their newest version, the Video Editor Plus 2022 version. I do all my editing on a computer. I don't do anything with my phone. And then I have Epidemic Sound, which is website you go to that has all the copyright-free music. And that's how I do my editing, is with those two programs. Price-wise, I'm not real sure. I think Editor 15 is a one-time. You buy it once. I think it's like $60 for a lifetime license. And then the Video Editor Plus from Movavi, I got to use. I think it's yearly. I got to pay like $60 a year for it. So
I use Video Guru, 100% free. You can do a paid version if you want, but I don't. I've got it on my cell phone, and I have it on my Chrome tab, so I can start the editing process in one and then finish it off in the other, or I can just go ahead and edit all on my cell phone. And then equipment I have a Bluetooth wireless mouse and keyboard, and I can use that on my cell phone or on my computer. I can't use it both at the same time, so I got to pick which device I've got it paired to. But it definitely helps with the editing process to run a wireless mouse. So that's how I do it. I do it all on my cell phone pretty much.
Gizzard brought something up. Do you go back and watch your videos after you've made them and uploaded them?
Yes.
I don't. The only ones I'll go back sometimes is like live streams. I'll go back if I thought I missed something, or just to make sure the sound is okay.
I normally just watch them one time. Once they're live on YouTube, I'll go watch them on a TV somewhere just to make sure everything processed okay, and then that's it.
I watch mine after I'm done editing before I upload it, and after that, I tend not to look at them too much.
So
Christian posted all the stuff he uses out there. He uses the iPhone 11 and 12 Pro, a Canon EOS RP, a GoPro 3. Editing, he uses iMovie on the iMac and the Mac Mini M1, or sometimes his phone or his iPad. Gary uses the iPhone 13 Pro, the GoPro Hero 7 Black. That's cool.
And I believe he has out there that he uses the iMovie also. So and
I give that a 2.
so Gary says that desktop microphone is a Blue Yeti Nano Mobile Rode Wireless Go. I was looking at some Bluetooth Rode mics, but I chose DJI over them for reasons.
Yeah, I like his Blue Yeti mics. That's what I use.
I use cheap Chinese garbage off of Amazon.
So I have a Logitech headset with the mic, adjustable mic, inline mute, and the wife's getting irritated because the Huskies are losing to Texas in the regional softball game.
Ah.
Gee, my headset's so cheap it doesn't have a name on it.
Defense Dad's got good stuff too. He uses a Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G. He uses a Rilo 360 camera. Edits everything on, is it KineMaster Pro? You see that one a lot. I think a lot of people use that software.
Yeah, the Kind.
KineMaster, is that how they say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went with Video Guru because even in the free version, so if you're just starting out, you can use Video Guru for free, and it does not put watermarks in your videos. So, like if you look at Artak and Daughters, his always has the My Movie that shows up on the screen. And none of my videos have anywhere in there that they're done on Video Guru. So I'm not advertising for any editing software in my videos.
I might have to go check out Video Guru then.
Yep,
You
it
put 'em
is.
up- You got the app on your phone?
Yeah, it's on my phone. I do all of it from my phone.
Well, all right.
You can do split screen. You can do picture in picture. There's so many different things that editing software will do for free that other software programs will make you pay for. And so when you're just starting out, it does help that you can do that, and that's not another expense right out the gate. Had to get a drink of Powerade. So, yep. And you can, like, in the editing software, you can mute all the background noise. So, if you're going through a store and they're playing music overhead and you don't want to get that copyright strike, you can edit out that background noise. So it is pretty nice. Until some company out of California decides that they want to copyright your image or claim to copyright your image.
Yeah, that stinks, man.
At least they apologized and released the copyright claim very quickly.
But all the mental anguish that puts you through. I mean, did you get compensated for that? You know, that I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I'd lose my appetite. I'd be afraid of driving my car. You know, I tying my shoes would be catastrophic.
So I sent you a message in the private chat, Gene.
Oh, hallelujah.
They did apologize.
Well, that's very good of them. That's the least they can do.
Yep. So,
Wonder if anybody want to copyright my mug. Craigslist ad. They don't have the personals anymore. I used to love reading the personals on Craigslist. I mean, just to read them, man. I miss that amount of humor in my life.
I don't even remember the last time I even looked at Craigslist. I
sold a motorcycle on it last summer, and it ends up a guy that lives across town from me bought it.
I sold a Ford F-150 pickup on Craigslist. I think that was a 93 or 95 that I sold on there in like 2008 or 9, and a motorcycle that was in pieces. I paid $75 for the bike, and I was going to fix it up so I had a bike to ride, and then I started working a job, working like 17 hours a day, 7 days a week, and had no time, and it was just sitting there, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to sell it, and I threw it up on Craigslist for $300, your best offer, and it sold in 5 minutes of being up on Craigslist. There was 3 people racing to get to the bike first. And so it went real quick, and so did the truck. The truck went within 24 hours of being put up on there, and I got the truck for free.
I used Facebook to sell the last car I sold. I sold a 2002 Honda Accord 2-door. And I put it up, and within 30 minutes, I had messages hitting me. One guy said, I got the money. I said, okay. He said, can you bring it to me? I said, be a little extra. And he's like, okay, that's cool. Bring it.
Yep. I had a kid ask if he could make payments on the truck, and I agreed to let him make 4 payments on the truck, and I also told him the truck was not leaving my property until I had the last payment, and if he did not make payments on time on the dates that we agreed upon, that he would forfeit all money that was paid on the truck, and it would go back up for sale.
When you're doing it privately like that, that's the way you got to do it. If you're selling something on payments to somebody, it doesn't leave until it's paid for. You know, it's like Walmart layaway.
Yep.
You can't get your Christmas gifts out until it's paid in full.
Yeah, because I wasn't going to be, so in Washington, and it's probably like that with other states too, if the person would to get into a car accident, if your name is on that title, or, you know, you're just as responsible. So even if you, like, say I would to loan my car to Foss, and Foss got into a car accident, he could be sued. His insurance could be sued. I could be sued. My insurance could be sued. And then both of our wives could be sued separately. And if I had a loan on that vehicle, then the interest, the bank that has the loan on that vehicle can be sued separately. So you could collect very multiple times under the same accident. So,
Everybody went quiet.
right? Like, whoa, wait. That kind of hurts the pocketbook right there. So, knowing today what you know in the YouTube universe, and I guarantee you we don't know a drop in the bucket. But if you could tell yourself when you were first starting out, is there any information that you would give yourself on starting out?
Watch more YouTube videos about how to make videos, because making videos just ain't as easy as it looks.
Yeah, that's some pretty good stuff right there. Chris, is there anything you tell your younger self?
I mean, there's one of the biggest things is trying to get as much information into the shortest amount of time that you can. Like, I try to, I don't know, if you watch your analytics, if you got a video that goes over like 10 minutes, if you start watching those analytics, there's a lot of drop off in the time people are watching the video. But like trying to keep the person engaged in the video the whole time. But that's a big one now that I try to do, is try to keep them shorter if I can.
Yeah,
Without,
my core video went to 12 and a half minutes, and I was like, oof, where can I cut stuff out?
yeah. Yeah, it's trying. I don't know. There's just a lot. I think it's like a constant learning process. Every video you put up. I don't know. The giveaways, I think, are probably my biggest regret. I wished I would have just did what we did the other night, where we only give away stuff to the people in the side chat, because those are your dedicated viewers. I wished I wouldn't have done like my 500 sub giveaway, and where I actually promoted it. I wish I wouldn't have done that. And just do like a surprise giveaway to the people in the side chat. I think that's probably my biggest regret, stuff that I've done on YouTube. So,
Mr. Foss?
I don't know. Probably just relax more. When I started out, I hit 100, and that was, well, really the first number that was the biggest number for me was like 15, because that meant more people than I knew were subscribed to me. More people that knew I had a channel. So that was people I didn't know were actually starting to subscribe to me. For me, that was kind of big. And then I hit 100, and it's like, oh, I got 100. That's great. That's probably all I'm ever going to get, And then you get a few more, and then you think, okay, I've got 150. Well, that's probably all I'll ever get. And then it was 200. Well, wow, I can't believe I've got 200. That's all I'm going to get. And so I can't say I ever really worried about subs and stuff because I'm not, I never did it, got into it to be famous or to make money or any of that stuff. It was just, I wanted to be a part of the kind of push gun ownership and Second Amendment stuff. And that's all I do. And then try and do it in a way which is fun for me so I don't burn out. So I kind of do it the wrong way. But I don't know if I'd really change anything,
So I think the one piece of advice that I would have given myself was get a tripod before you go to make your first video. My very first video I did, I did not have a tripod, and I probably knocked the camera over, I don't know, 10 times in that video. Video was shaking a lot, but it's one of my most viewed videos, and I think it's probably my worst video. But people seem to like it for some reason.
Well, I think on the subscriber giveaway stuff, I've done the same thing, Chris, where I just put it out there, put videos out there, and people were winning stuff that I never heard of, didn't know, didn't recognize the name, just because they found the video, commented on it. So I gave stuff away, it was cool. But for my 3,000 sub giveaway, I'm going to do it like you did. So I'm going to plug that right now. I'm at 225 subs for my 3,000 sub giveaway. So I'm going to plug it on the chats we're on.
Yeah.
And me and you discussed it about doing something. And so I want to get the chats that we're all on into one chat and then do some really, really nice giveaway prizes.
Yeah.
I think
that was all. I mean, that was what I loved about the giveaway the other night was I knew all three of those people that won stuff just from because they're in the side chat, every week. So that was awesome.
You hit the nail on the head with the giveaway by doing like that. That was great, man. I sat and watched that and was just like, wow.
Yeah.
I wish I had done that a long time ago. Because it's the people that follow you and talk to you and interact with you that deserve it. They deserve the chance to win these things, not Joe Blow up in Maine that you never heard of, never discussed anything with.
Oh yeah, heck, one of those giveaways I did, the guy never even got back with me. We ended up
redoing it
because I kept reaching out to the guy. He wouldn't get back with me, and I'm like, well, that right there, that subscriber's not doing you any good. He's not watching your videos or anything, So
I think I ended up winning that because he never wanted to talk with you. So Mr. PNW Woods has jumped in out there and Razor JB. So welcome, guys. Yeah, it's like when I did my 100th episode video for my live. I never said at any point in time I was going to do giveaways on that episode. And I think that was probably one of my funnest shows because the moment I went live was the very first giveaway. I mean, I hit the live button, then I just hit the random giveaway tool. No one knew what was coming at them. So,
That was how we opened the show. That was awesome.
The only people that knew what was going to happen was the people that was in the pre-show back room, and they got to be told, "Hey, this is what's going to happen." So,
you got to put G-Web's comment up there. That's
oh yeah.
I was laughing earlier about C&T out there. He had to have my favorite video of the week. Where he got bit by the snake.
Yep.
I'd probably watch that 10 times in a row. I couldn't quit laughing.
Oh yeah. Don't be an asshole. If you have not seen that video, yeah.
Christian's only 26 subs away from 2K. We got to get his link out there.
Hell yeah.
I just looked to see if I was subscribed, and I am already, so I can't double it up.
Yeah,
I mean, I can unsubscribe and resubscribe.
But is the wife subscribed?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get that. That's one of my favorite channels on YouTube.
Yeah. I don't know if I have Christian's email address. I think I do. So if Christian, if you want, I can shoot you a link if you want to come on.
All right. Make sure that's the right link. Yep. All right, so I just threw a link out there for Christian's channel. If you guys are not subscribed, please subscribe because he has an excellent channel. And it'd be pretty cool to see him hit 2,000 tonight.
Well, I thought I had Christian's email.
He put it in the side chat.
Yeah, it's down there at the bottom.
What the?
He is getting awful close right now.
I know, like, try and. I know that Chris is probably going to beat me to it.
What, using my my work account?
There we go. Christian, you have a link sent to you.
Oh, no, I wasn't doing that. I was doing something else.
Yeah. That,
Daniel is out there. What's going on, Daniel? Yeah, we weren't talking. We're trying to get Christian to the 2,000 mark here.
yes.
Yeah, I forget what night it was. Was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday night. G-Webs did that. He found a channel that was like 20 some subscribers away from 1,000, and I forget to ask him if he got him there or not. He's out there. Maybe he'll comment.
Yep, I've been subscribed to that museum channel for quite a while. G-Webs did one talking about them a while ago, and put their link out, and I was like, sounds interesting. So I had subscribed. So what is going on, Mr. Christian?
Hey, can you hear me all right?
We can
Sound
hear you.
good.
Good deal.
So thank you for joining.
Evening, sir.
Yeah, appreciate the invite. It's not super often that I get a lot of time on the weekends to hang out and stuff, but the wife's out of town, so.
Did she take the boat with her?
Negative. She sure did not, but she left me with a bathroom to start a remodel project. So.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I spent the last yesterday evening, once I got home from work, I started pulling apart the cabinets and unhooking the plumbing, all that good stuff. And I had a double vanity and a big old mirror that stretched the length of the entire double vanity. And I had a buddy of mine from work that stopped by this morning and helped me pull the rest of stuff out along the toilet. And I ripped up all the flooring and stuff. So got the floor guy coming on Tuesday. So I'm just trying to clean up the walls and maybe do a little bit of paint work and stuff, and clean stuff up to get ready for the flooring. And then once he's done with the flooring, I'll start putting everything back in. So it's I am not a construction or remodel expert. I can work on firearms, computers, x-ray equipment, cars and stuff with motors, but I am not a construction remodel expert. So it's always a challenge for me. But anyways, that's what I've been up to. Definitely appreciate y'all send me the invite.
I hope we can get you to that milestone.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I've been doing this YouTube thing for quite a while, and it's been pretty slow going. I think it's about so I started doing YouTube right after my dad passed away in 2017, probably the latter part of the year, and that was kind of the catalyst that I needed something to do to expel my energy, if you will, and so I started doing that. Yeah, it was probably about the latter part of 2017. So I've been doing it for a while. So to hit 2,000 subs, I know it seems like a long time, but it's been a lot of fun. So I always tell folks, I think I put it in the side chat earlier, once it's not fun anymore, I'll stop doing it. But I definitely enjoyed, meeting a lot of folks, a lot of great people out there, and doing content, just sharing what I'm doing, and yeah, it's good stuff. So I for sure appreciate everybody's support. It's I wouldn't continue doing it if it wasn't for the fun of it and folks wanting to see what I do. So.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. I enjoy it.
Yes. And I think like Christian's got the right attitude. Once it becomes no fun, why do it? I mean, if you're working hard and it just is like, I don't really want to make a video, or oh God, I gotta go. At that point, take some time away. Reevaluate, and maybe it is time to walk away. But we have too many good topics, to help promote and try to educate the future on why the Second Amendment needs to be protected at all costs. So, there's always that drive that should be right there behind you, realizing what it took for the Second Amendment to get us to where we are today, and what it's going to take to keep it and advance it for our grandchildren. So, if there was anything you could tell your younger self, Christian, getting into the YouTube, what would you tell yourself?
Oh gosh, ask more questions. I would tell myself to ask more questions. Don't be afraid. Of folks that have been doing it for a while. So there's a lot of folks that have been doing it a heck of a lot longer than most of us, or a lot of us, and they have a lot of knowledge and experience with the whole YouTube thing. I'm still learning. That's actually a lot of the fun of it. Still kind of learning how to edit and how to, what my style is and stuff like that. I've kind of settled down with, how I want my videos to go, but there's always something new to learn. And had I asked a lot more questions early on, I probably would have, the learning curve would have been a lot shorter, than it has been. So a lot of the stuff that I have learned has been on my own without asking questions. So a lot of that's just for me being me and wanting to figure stuff out on my own. But I would have definitely asked more questions, because like I said, a lot of those guys, bigger guys, are more than happy to answer questions about how they do stuff, or recommendations and stuff like that. So that would be my recommendation to my younger self for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. Gene, how long you been doing it?
Doing what?
The YouTube thing.
5 years.
Yeah. So you and Christian are about at the same time, man.
Started off really slow. I said before, when I got more subscribers than people that I knew that were subscribed to me, I was like, woohoo! When I hit 100, I about hit the floor. You mean there's 100 people out there watching me?
Yeah.
Then I hit 1,000 and just got blown away. And, now I'm really excited to hit 3,000. I really am.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, okay, well, we're talking about that. Then let's go around the panel and talk about what made us start doing it. We talked about all the equipment we started out with, but what was everyone's reason to start doing it? You want to go first, G?
So I had a couple different reasons why. I want to one day make it to SHOT Show. That would be very fun to go and be a part of. And then my main reason is when I first started, I didn't really hear a whole lot of people talking about when you screw up as a kid or even as an adult, how hard it is to regain your rights, the cost behind it, and how some people, even in our community, look at you just because you admit that, hey, I screwed up and, I lost my rights, and it's super easy for anybody to lose your rights. You don't realize how stupid easy it is. You could be having a bad day and you decide, you know what, I'm going to be doing a $120 down the road, and you get that felony speeding ticket. Guess what? That's a felony. You just lost your rights to own a firearm. That's how easy it is.
Yeah.
And then at that point, now you're looking at roughly $2,000 to $5,000 to get your rights back. So, and that's after you wait X amount of years if your state allows you to even get your rights back. So some states you can't get it back. You pretty much have to get a governor's pardon or a presidential pardon. Good luck on that from a few states. They just laugh at you. And the sad thing, if you get a domestic violence, and there's a lot of people that this situation completely affects, and you'll never get your rights back. You can never own your rights or never own a firearm if you get a domestic violence. And so in certain states, if a DV call comes in, so say you and your spouse are having an altercation, you're yelling or whatever, and the neighbors call the cops, you're done. Because if they say, hey, one of you has to go to jail, 9 out of 10 times it's the guy saying, you know what, take me because I don't want her.
Right.
You're done. You just lost your rights.
Oh, piss on that. Piss on that. Arrest her. I'm staying here. I got guns. I'm not losing my guns over a couple of foul words.
Okay, did you lose subs for being on here? I just refreshed and now you're at 1.97 from 1.98.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. You know what? I bet that's good old YouTube, because a lot of times, if they see that you're getting a lot of subs in a quick amount of time, they'll shed subs to you. It's weird. It's freaking weird.
A lot of times they come back.
This is not the first time that I've seen this happen.
Yeah, you might wake up in the morning though and have them back. I've seen that happen too. It's happened to me when I've been a guest on a show before, and a bunch of people subbed, and then they fell off, and then they came back. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. Well,
yeah, I actually am less now than what I started. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
What it is.
Oh.
I'd back out if I was you.
Oh.
It is all good. I think I'm on pretty good. So my goal was June 1st anyways, trying to get there by June 1st. And, I got, what do I got? Another week and a half or so to get there. So I set myself not a really hefty goal, because I think I was at 19. I think I was at just over 1,900 at the beginning of the month. I was like, well, at the rate I had been going, 60 a month or something the last few months, I figured I'd be able to get there fairly easy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a giveaway. I hadn't done one since 1,000 subs, so I was like, wow, 2,000. That's a celebration for giveaway for sure. So.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, G23, you're talking about, why you started YouTube and stuff. That's actually, you're probably the first person that I heard kind of that actual angle for doing YouTube videos, to try to, let folks know what, why it's important to kind of walk the straight and narrow, because, once you lose those rights, it's very difficult, if impossible, to get them back. So definitely kudos to you for that.
Yeah, but also, if you do lose them, there is a possibility that you can actually get them back. Yes, it may not always be cheap, and there could be sacrifices, and that's something that I try to bring to light is you realize how hard that is for some people to come up with, $2,000. You know, who just has $2,000 just laying around that they can? Okay, well, I can afford to pay for an attorney to get this done correctly, or I got $5,000. And the thing is depending on what kind of felony you get, that money can cost price tag can go way up. So there should be some way that, like, because your felonies will fall off, after X amount of years, in most states, depending upon the class of felony, yada yada yada, they fall off your record if you don't commit any crime.
Sure.
Well, if that felony can fall off your record, why at that point, if that felony falls off your record and it's pretty much no longer there, why can't your rights then be restored automatically without you having to go and petition the courts and fight so hard to get them back?
Yeah, true. Very true.
So, and then you look at like a lot of people that got drug conviction charges, marijuana charges or whatever, and now all of a sudden in their state that is no longer an illegal substance, and now it's recreational. So maybe they got released from jail or from prison, whatever. Even if they got their conviction vacated, they don't get their rights back. You still have to fight to get those rights restored to you.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yep.
So it's like you do all this other stuff, but yet you're not willing to give back the rights. Why? If you're going to say, you know what, yeah, we understand, and this is no longer a crime, so that crime that you were convicted of no longer exists, then how does them being able to take your rights seem reasonable?
Yeah.
Because they've already said, hey, we're vacating that. Well, if they're vacating it, then automatically your right should be restored. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, unfortunately, the legal system is full of all sorts of holes, and it's probably as fair as you can get it, but it's not 100% fair. You're right. I mean, if somebody is past that status, they should get all their rights restored without having to fight for it. It should be pretty much a fairly automatic thing. So.
Yeah, once you've done your time, it's over.
Yeah.
You should be. Now, there's some circumstances I'd say no, but for the majority,
as long as it's not violent crimes. I think violent crimes is a little bit of a different. But if it's like drug possession, or there's a lot of crimes out there that are felonies that aren't violent, or that's I have no problem with that. But.
So I've kind of talked about this before with other panelists, and when the word violent crime gets brought up, how do we want to define what a violent crime is?
I mean, I would say if you actually hurt somebody You know, I mean, maliciously, I'm not talking about like you get in a car accident and you're drunk driving or something like that. I'm talking about, if you used a firearm, you shot somebody maliciously, not in defense, that would be my, take on that. You know what I mean?
So, like, when I was a kid, I was a juvenile. I was under 18. I broke into a house that was under construction, so it was res burglary.
Yeah.
In the state of Washington, that's considered a violent crime.
Really?
Yeah.
Which
Right.
class? Which
because
class of felony was it?
Class C.
So a third-degree felony.
Mm-hmm.
I think anybody with now here we've got fifth and fourth degree felonies. I think anybody that's had a fifth or a fourth degree felony that could be thrown in for not paying your city taxes. So, first degree misdemeanor in the town I live in, if you don't pay your city taxes, it's a first degree misdemeanor. And if you avoid them, then they turn it into a fifth degree felony. They just upgrade. They just keep going forward with it. So something like that, why would you have all your rights destroyed because you didn't pay city taxes? Why would you have all your rights destroyed because you were a juvenile and you went into a building that was being built? So circumstances come into play, I believe.
So, and I agree a lot with what AAF says but isn't this opening a can of worms? A whole classifying who can have their rights restored. Exactly.
Yeah.
If you, and the way I feel is, if you did the time, you did the crime, you did the time, and you've met all your obligations, and you've kept your nose clean, you're right back,
Yeah.
But also, I believe we need to go through and revamp how this judicial system is, because we say that the prison systems are for reform and stuff like that, but every prison in the United States is for profit, and they do not care whether you do a damn thing or not, because they're getting that same paycheck no matter you learn something or you don't. And so until we reform it and we really start putting programs in to help people maybe get their high school diploma, a GED, learn the ability, to hold a job, like a trade. So when they come out of prison and stuff like that, they're already ready to go into work. And if you get a job while you're in confinement, have it so that a portion of the pay, that paycheck is split in multiple. So part of that check is put off into a savings account for when they get out of prison. Another part is what helps pay your restitution and stuff like that. And so this way you're not coming out to a huge financial debt. And then you get an allotment of, how much you can spend for commissary and stuff like that. And I think that would keep a lot more people from reoffending.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I've kind of hijacked that part, Anyone else want to follow up?
I forget what. Oh, you're talking about how we got into YouTube.
Where we're back to now.
What got you into doing YouTube? Like, what was the reason behind you starting your channel?
I started reloading and casting, and I was watching a lot of videos from people I still watch today and talk to today, from Jamie to Fortune Cookie 45, Elvis Ammo, a bunch of other ones mixed in there. And I thought, you know what? I'm a novice at this. I know about smelting lead, but reloading, I'm a novice. So my first video was for, reloading and bullet casting for a novice from a novice. Let's learn together. If you're new to it out there like I am, join me in this. Let's share information, because I was well below the other guys. I didn't know anything compared to most of the top guys out there. So I just wanted to do it to learn. And then I ended up meeting a few people chatting and mailing stuff back and forth, and it's just grown to this beautiful tribe I'm with now.
Yeah, when I started my channel, the only thing that we were putting up was basically I've said this before. I started my channel because all the guys that I was shooting competitions with, I would come home and edit their videos, and then I would have to send them to them like on a Google Drive, or send them a video in Facebook Messenger, and the quality was terrible then. And so I got a hold of all of them, came up with this idea. I was like, why don't I just start a YouTube channel? I'll put all our match videos up on YouTube, and then we can go on there and watch them whenever we want. So that's how it started. And then I never did any kind of how-tos or reviews or anything like that. And I had bought a High Point 10 millimeter carbine, and I hated those 10 round mags that came with it. I wanted more capacity. So I'd seen on a forum, someone had said that you could take the 45 ACP red ball mags and you can modify them to run 10 millimeter. So I got on YouTube and I couldn't really find any videos on it. So I found one of those mags in a local gun store. I went and bought one and started playing around with it. And I thought, I'll film this. I'll just go ahead and shoot a video of getting this mag to work with 10 millimeter. And I got it to work, and I filmed the whole thing and went out to the range, and they ran flawless. And then I ended up putting that video up, and a ton of people watched it. And I was like, I kind of enjoyed this. I think I want to do more of these videos. And so I ended up doing a video. I believe it was a chronograph video. I bought a chronograph, did a video on it, and Jason Stewart found that video online. And when he watched it, he saw the gun range I was at, and he's like, hell, that guy's from Marion, Ohio. I know, because he saw me filming at his range. So he subbed my channel, and then he reached out to Guns and Barbecue. He started promoting me a little bit here and there, and then he got a hold of Echo, and Echo had me come on his show. And I enjoyed that chat so much. I was like, I think I want to do a chat. So I decided to start doing my own chats, and then I started getting invited on other shows, and it just kind of went from there. And then, like you said, the tribe, that's how I got hooked up with all these people. But, it's funny now. It's like you still talk to these people all the time. They're still your friends, and you're thankful to them for doing everything they did to get your channel off the ground. But that's how it all started. It all started from Jason finding my channel, Guns and Barbecue promoted me, and then Echo invited me on his show, and it was all uphill from there, I guess, whatever you want to call it.
A smooth wave.
Yep. And I get to hang out with these cool people every week, and I love it.
Mr. Foss?
I stepped away, so I'm not sure what the question is.
What got you into making YouTube videos?
It was basically a combination of the Yankee Marshal and gun websites. I wanted to start doing stuff to promote the Second Amendment and gun ownership and stuff. And big impetus was G-Webs. He didn't say this personally to me, but he would say it all the time. Do something. Just do something. And I wasn't sure what to do. And so I figured, well, I'll just start making videos, and if people watch them and get something out of them, that's great. If not, well, I'm doing something. That's kind of what started it.
So when I said I wanted to go to SHOT Show, Clovertac, who's out in the side chat, and Ghost Tactical were doing a live stream talking about the preps and getting ready to go to SHOT Show, and I was like, I'd love to go there one day. So I was asking a bunch of questions, and they're like, well, if you ever want to go, you're gonna need to turn your damn camera on. So I ended up, I was like, yeah, I should. And then Kingpin reached out to me and asked me if I would want to go on a live stream that he was going to do. And the panel he was trying to put together, we couldn't seem to get all the times, and get everything set up. So I ended up creating a StreamYard account, and then I asked Kingpin and Seven Wonders if they'd want to come on and do a live stream on my channel, and that's where Getting to Know Me came about, and we are where we are today. So I know the side chat has been definitely popping out in that. So yes, there's a lot of great channels out there. Sunny Guns has popped in.
I just subbed his channel. I wasn't subscribed to his channel.
Oh, he does some great content.
Yeah, it looked like it. I was over there looking at his videos.
Yep. He has a beautiful place where he does his shooting. Clovertac says he's waiting on Uncle Mike to write a big check, and then he's going to retire, and won't see him anymore. So, like I said last week, when I was kind of doing my rant, if you guys are not subscribed to Clovertac, he also has a nerd chat where where he talks more of the YouTube side and how to make your channel better and grow your channel and stuff like that. I would definitely say subscribe to that. And I'm drawing a blank on the damn name of that channel.
I can't think. I just subbed it. It was funny. I came home from work the other day early to do some paperwork in the office, and he was actually doing a live on that channel. She Fires was over there. Her and I were over there chatting with Clover while he was doing it. GunTuber Academy. There it is.
Yes. GunTuber Academy. Yep. And I think even if you're contemplating, and you're thinking maybe I want to get into doing YouTubes, I would go and subscribe that channel. And, you can learn a lot before you ever even fire up your channel. So you're a little ahead of that curve, And even if you're, 20,000 subscribers in, they guarantee you there's still stuff on that channel that you're going to learn from. So, I would definitely say subscribe to there. Mr. Keith Gregory has joined us. So,
thanks for posting all them links, Foss.
Oh, no problem.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Ozzy Osbourne is out there in that side chat. I'll look over and see how Christian's doing. We were back to 198, so I guess those people that ran away decided to return.
Come on, two more.
Yeah, it looks like the subs came back, so I'm at 1980. So it's weird how that happens. Though, you go up and you go down. I've actually had times where out of the blue I've shed a bunch of subscribers. It just happens every now and again for whatever reason.
Timothy just subbed your channel, Christian.
Awesome. Big thanks.
Yeah, he's definitely an awesome subscriber. He's always in our chats.
I had, what was it, like 399 subscribers at one point. Then I woke up one morning, I had 360 subscribers. When I went to bed, I was back to 395. So.
Well, I've had them shed off and not regain them. So.
Yep, I've had some of those too. I've been fighting hard to get to that 400 subscriber or 500 subscriber mark because I would just love to have the community tab, so I can start sharing out, Christians videos.
Is that when do you get the community tab now? Because
500.
Is it 500? Okay, I'm pretty sure I didn't get it till 1,000 subs.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I think that's what it used to be, and then they dropped it to 5.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I don't use it as much as I probably should have, or should use it, but I do post stuff over there on the community tab from time to time.
it is a way to help your channel friends out, like all your other the people you're subscribed to, and you can share out some of their content.
Okay.
And stuff like that. So, it kind of helps, if you're sharing Foss's content, Foss is sharing Chris's content, Chris is sharing Reloading's content, Reloading is sharing Clover Tax content that's getting more and more eyes on everybody's, stuff,
Okay.
and if we all come together, like say Voss has a video that's going viral, right? Again, and we all start sharing that same video. Think about how much more we can make that video go even further viral.
Okay. Good point. I never thought of it that way. Like I said, I post on the community tab. I don't know, probably once a week, maybe or so. A lot of times it's just stuff that if you follow me over on Instagram, you'll see a lot of stuff that I'm kind of just getting in and fixing to do some videoing on. So sometimes I'll tease some of the stuff I put on Instagram because I know a lot of people don't do Instagram. I'll tease some of that stuff over on the community tab, but yeah, that's a great point. So yeah, sharing other folks' stuff. So I'll
Yep.
start using. I got to start using that better than I do. Unfortunately, I've just not been very good at using the community tab. So
Yeah. Speaking of Instagram, Instagram locked me out of my account because they don't believe I'm older than 13. So
I wondered what happened. You sent me that. You said you started following me from a new account this morning, and I thought, something happened.
yeah, I don't know what their problem was. So I started another account. So if I was following you before, or you were following me before, I've got a new account now, and I'm trying to get back to everybody that I was following, but I can't remember everybody. So I'll post a link for it here in just a second.
Yeah.
I just saw your comment, Gene.
Yep. Yep. I'm an affiliate of them.
Yeah, I am too.
I sent them a very nice email, very well constructed, Chamber of Commerce looking, and about helping me on the giveaway, to give away a package. And they sent me back an email wanting my tax ID number, which company I was with, and all this other information. And I'm like, I just asked for a little help to give a holster away. I'm not going to give you all that information for that. Are you crazy? So yeah, I kicked them off my affiliate links. Yeah, I'm done with that.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Who was that?
We the People holsters.
Okay.
They're not for we the people. They are for themselves.
Gotcha. That's interesting. I won a giveaway. There's not too awful long ago. They did a special Glock chassis that I won. I hadn't even got a chance to shoot with it yet, but I mean, it works pretty cool. It's one of those CAA MCKs or whatever the heck it is. But it had like all the We the People kind of scheme going on there. But yeah, we the People holsters. I actually have a holster coming from them, one that I purchased. But yeah, the one thing I noticed about them is that I signed up for like their email, and I get like gazillion emails a day, it seems like, from them. So that's a little annoying.
Yeah, I just spammed them now. I'm done. It's, you claim to be a veteran-owned company. You're for this, you're for that, and when someone approaches you, and I approached them in a very nice manner, and then I get that back at me, I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm helping. It's scratch each other's back. If I'm trying to help you, try to help me.
Yeah.
Well, I had a frustrating one yesterday. So I bought a barrel from Bear Creek Arsenal, and I've spent tons of money over at Bear Creek Arsenal. I like the company, and I'm not on here bashing them. It's just something that I've just never had happen with them. So the deal with this barrel is the barrel's not for me. So, and you know what I'm talking about, Gene, but we're not going to get into that. But so I went on and I ordered the barrel, and I had it shipped to a different address to the guy that I want the barrel to go to. So they sent me an email saying, it was like, I don't know, to them, I guess it threw a red flag. They were like, why are you sending this barrel? So I emailed them back and I said, this is what's going on. And I said, I've bought from you guys before. I've used this same credit card before. I just need you to ship the barrel to another place instead of here. And they said, so they emailed me back. They said that was fine. So then I got another email back because the address the guy gave me to have it sent to was a P.O. box. And they said, well, we need a physical address. I said, okay, well, I guess I understand that too. So I emailed the guy and I said, hey, they want a physical address, not a P.O. box. And he gave me his address. So I emailed him back and I said, okay, here's the address. And I thought that was done and over with. Then they flagged my credit card. And so I called them and I said, I've been back and forth with you guys all morning by email. I'm like, now I'm calling you. You know it's me. You know it's my card. And they ended up just canceling the whole order out. So now I got to buy the barrel, have it sent to my house. Then I got to package the barrel back up and send it to where it needs to go. I don't know. It's just a pain in the butt. I've never had an issue with Bear Creek before.
Oh, that's pretty weird.
Yeah, it drove me insane because it was like, I'm sitting, when I call the guy and I got the customer service on the phone, I'm like, I got the credit card right here in my hand. It's like, and they were like, no, we're just going to cancel this order. You're going to have to reorder now. And I'm like, so I don't know. It's just frustrating, especially when you're on the phone with them, explaining to them why you're sending that barrel to another address. And
maybe all the complications just bound something up in their system.
It could be.
You know, someone got confused and maybe has gone through a couple different people, you know, order taker to a order fulfiller, you know, something along those lines. So maybe if you haven't ordered it yet, call them and say, look, I want to order a barrel. This is a brand new order. I want to order a barrel, pay for it, and have it shipped to this address. And just start the whole process fresh.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing was when I called him, I got somebody on the phone right away. I was probably on hold for 20 seconds at the most. Guy was super cool on the phone. But yeah, I was just like, it's already been done. It's processed. You know, the problem is they charged my card. So now I got to wait for the money to go back on my card now.
I missed who the company was.
Bear Creek Arsenal.
Oh, Bear Creek. Hey, they're right down the street from me.
Yeah.
Here in North Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the company. I mean, I've bought tons of stuff from them. Never had an issue with. I've probably bought 3 or 4 barrels from them, a couple uppers. But you know, it is what it is. So
you wanted to buy a barrel and have it shipped somewhere other than your billing address? Is that the way I understood it?
And they gave you the option when you're buying that. You can have your billing address at one and shipping at the other. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe the whole P.O. box thing threw it into a fit, and then having to give them an actual physical address. But
so some companies are a little finicky about that sort of thing for whatever reason. I mean, but I mean, I don't think it should be an issue as long as you verify who you are. I mean, if they call you and you verify your stuff, it shouldn't be a big deal. But I mean, Bear Creek, I ain't ordered nothing from them in a while. I got, I've used some of their stuff over the years. I mean, their stuff can be somewhat hit or miss, but for the money, it's about the cheapest you'll get, halfway decent stuff from. But it's been a little while.
I've never had any problem with them. But like some websites like Armory Craft, you have to have it shipped to the billing address.
Yeah, grab-a-guns like that also. I had issues with them. They didn't want to ship direct. They didn't want to ship. I was buying something for my brother, I think it was, and they didn't want to ship to him. They was like, no, we can only ship to your billing address. And I was like, well, I guess I'll be ordering from somebody else.
So we have Switchpod, who's jumped out in the crowd. Drew Bradley's out there. Carolina EDC. All great channels. I see AAF had to run off, so have a great evening. Yeah, I don't know. You may retry it and see, now that you have a different physical address instead of a P.O. box, just if it doesn't all go through.
Yeah, I'll probably just have it sent here and just send it. I mean, I just don't want to deal with the headaches of it. Because they do ship fast. Anytime I bought something from them, I get it right away.
Yeah, same here. I never had an issue ordering stuff from them. Like I said, it's been a little while, but never had any complaints on that.
Just remember, you can do the if it fits, it ships flat rate. Doesn't matter what the weight is. So sometimes that is a cheap route of going. You just subbed to SwitchPod?
Never heard of his channel either.
Yeah, he's definitely got some pretty great content. One person I haven't seen in a while, I still reach out to him, is Cav Trooper. I don't know if you guys...
Yeah, I'm not sure about lately, but I know he was real busy with training and stuff.
Yeah, I ain't seen him in a while. Calf Trooper. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, he's still... I think he's still active duty, and so he still gets sent off. And last video, I think he said he was going to possibly be gone for a year. So...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Defense Dad brings up a good point too. He said a lot of firearms manufacturers are under the microscope. So that could be. Yeah, it's like I said, I'm not saying anything bad about him. It was just a pain in the butt. It was I'm always gonna be one of their customers. They've treated me good over the years, so
you just blew up their system, man. That was it.
Must have. And I normally wouldn't even have cared, but it was just the fact that we were kind of on a deadline to get this barrel where it needed to go. So this has set it back a few days now.
So,
well, some other things haven't been decided yet. So, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
BV Loomis does bring up a good point. JSD Supply is out there and does some great work, and I know they're under a microscope right now, and so they could use a few extra dollars being sent their way.
Yeah, I bought a couple of the T-shirts. That's all I can sell right now, just to kind of support them, and I'll give those away for chat giveaways. Here in the
I
future.
need to pick me up one of those JSD T-shirts.
We got Range Bros TV out in the crowd. Hell, with all you guys over in the Carolinas, that would be a good get together.
Yeah, there's quite a few of us around here. I mean, actually, Mr. Guns of Gear I don't know if y'all know him. He's actually down the street. I've run into him a number of times over at some stuff going on at the range I'm a member of, and yeah, I know. What's the other guy? Twang and Bang. He's not really done anything in quite a few years, but he was local here also in the Raleigh area. But I think he kind of stopped doing the gun stuff, firearm stuff, quite a while, probably a couple of years ago now. And yeah, there's quite a few of us here in North Carolina. Probably more than I realize. Even there's probably folks I don't even know about that are here.
That guy right there is in the Carolinas.
Yep. I think he's in South Carolina though, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope, he's in North Carolina.
Is he in North Carolina? Okay.
But he has family in South Carolina. He does a lot of it. Does some videos from when he goes down to like Myrtle Beach and stuff.
Yeah, I've been watching his videos for a few years. So, but yeah, never met up with him.
And then that guy.
Yeah, I want to definitely get down and shoot with those guys one of these days. I want to spend a day at the range with the Range Bros, and that'd be a good time. Doesn't take me that long to get down there. 12 hours to Myrtle Beach from here.
Yeah, that's past my house. So I'm in between Fayetteville and Raleigh. So.
And then Seven Wonders. He's right there. He's right there in Christian's neck of the woods. He's I think in that Raleigh.
Who's that?
Area. The Seven Wonders.
If I know him.
Yep. He's in the what's that, Raleigh Durham area.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's just north of me.
Yeah, Range Bros said Christian's not far from them.
Yeah, Carolina says I am in western North Carolina near Asheville.
Oh, yeah, okay. So Asheville's pretty far from me because Carolina, believe it or not, is a fairly long state.
Oh, yeah.
So Asheville is that's how far is Asheville? I think Asheville is about 3.5 hours, give or take. Because Charlotte's 2 hours and some change from me. So
yeah, that's not too horrible.
No, it's not too bad.
I drove like 5 hours to hang out with a famous YouTuber.
Driving through North Carolina east to west or vice versa is like driving through Tennessee.
Yeah,
I've done it. Most I do in North Carolina is I go down to the Gap. I go to Deal's Gap.
Oh, gotcha.
Stay in Robbinsville. Usually stay at this really nice little hotel. They give you stuff to wash your motorcycles with, hoses, buckets, everything out there. Really, really, really nice owners. And then just spend the weekend riding through the mountains.
Yep.
Night Strike is in South Carolina.
Yeah, I'd say North Carolina has quite a bit to offer as far as for what people are into. I mean, we got the coast and the beaches on the east side, and then the mountains and stuff on the western side.
Mole hills.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're not the Rocky Mountains, no. But,
Deal's Gap.
Give you a taste of that.
Deal's Gap is what, 318 turns and 11 miles.
Yeah, so I've been out there, the Tail of the Dragon, all that. I went out there. Actually, it was the summer after my dad passed away, so 2017, with my Mustang and my wife, and drove through there and stuff. So. But we actually stayed in Maggie Valley, which is not too awful far. I think it's maybe an hour or so.
Yep.
But yeah, it's gorgeous out there. I've been wanting to make another trip out there. It's been, like I said, it's been almost 5 years, I guess. But we spent a lot of time out at the coast. We go out to the beach and stuff, and like to take the truck out there and haul ass out on the sands out at the beach and do some fishing and stuff like that. So That's
Beaches in Raleigh are beautiful.
well, yeah, not in Raleigh. We're actually about 2 hours from the coast, but yeah, there's some pretty nice beaches. We go out to Fort Fisher, which is south of Wilmington, and there's a 4-wheel drive access out there, so we take the Raptor out there and we can back right up the water and swim and fish and all that good stuff. The only problem is when we get in, sometimes in the last couple of years, it's been a heck of a lot more crowded than it had been previously. So that's been a little bit irritating, but it's still always a good time though.
So once I get some editing done, I have a video right now. It's almost 26 minutes long. And so where I was shooting in my last shooting video, there was snow. And I dropped about... You want to plug anything before you bail out of here, Foss?
I don't know. We're gonna do the overnight tonight, 11:30 Pacific or 11 Pacific. It's sometime tonight. Later, I don't remember. So if anybody's bored and up late, come hang out with us. But other than that, thanks for letting me hang out with you.
Hey,
You're always welcome.
Good talking to you tonight, Foss. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, everybody have a good night.
You have a great evening.
Hey, you too.
But yeah, where I was shooting the SP 2022 was a little above 3,800 feet. And when I got back down to where I had cell phone reception was right about 700 feet above sea level. So maybe a tad bit of a altitude drop. And I wasn't even close to the top of that mountain.
And where are you at, G23? You're on the West Coast, right?
Yeah. Yep. I'm in Oregon.
Okay. Yeah, I've never been to Oregon. I've been as far west as Utah and Colorado, and that's it. So
yeah. I mean, even our mountains don't really compete with the Rockies.
Yeah, I've been elk hunting and mule deer hunting out in Colorado 4 times now, and it's freaking nuts. It's some crazy. I mean, us flatlanders out here on the East Coast, it's hard to get used to that 10,000 feet elevation. So about kills me every time I go out there to hunt. So
yeah, you go up into like Denver, and there's a reason why it's called the Mile High City. You are a mile high from sea level.
Yeah, and Denver's still a heck of a lot lower than where we end up camping and hunting at. So it's a shock every time I go out there. So I'm on a every other year plan for that, but I don't know about if I'm gonna go again. We'll see. It's a lot of fun, but I'm always amazed that I don't kill myself by the end of that trip, because we always camp for 7 to 9 days up there on the mountains, and the hiking stuff. I mean, it's just so hard. It's just so hard on your body, and I'm not in the best of shape anyway. So.
Yep, and then you never know if you get those freak snowstorms.
Yep. Yeah, the weather is very unpredictable there for sure.
CNT Designs is calling it a night. Good night. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, have a great evening, CNT. Razor JB says we got the humidity too.
Yeah, especially we've here in North Carolina, we've had the friction hot weather, 95 to 100 degrees with humidity and stuff the last few days. It's been freaking nuts, man. I'm I think Monday it starts to cool down, but it's too hot for me. No thank you. makes me want to move back to Ohio. get some half decent summertime weather, because down here, I mean, I grew up in Florida, and humidity is not. I would never live in Florida again. North Carolina is the summer times are not quite as long, but the humidity and stuff is very comparable to where I grew up in Florida, because I grew up inland, so we didn't get the breeze and stuff. It was just stagnant, hot, and humid. But I would never live down there again.
I should have filmed yesterday. Showed you guys what some wind was like. So I mean, in all my videos, you can see I am not a small guy. You know, I like I said, I'm 6 foot 395, and the wind was pushing me around like I was 80 pounds.
What was the wind speed?
I didn't look, but damn, it was coming right off that ocean.
Yeah. So I made a stop when I went to Colorado last time. I made a stop in Kansas and saw Alfa Romeo 1.5, and I don't know if y'all follow him. He's got an awesome channel.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, it was like a real windy spell there in Kansas, and he's actually from Colorado, but he's got, you know, his grandmother. He moved to Kansas to live with her, but anyways, we shot out there and it was nuts windy. I mean, it was so miserable to try to shoot in that wind, but I guess that's pretty typical for them. They get a lot of high winds out there, so
yeah. So yeah. Yeah, you get in that tornado alley. So, yeah, it can be I've been all over this country. So,
This country's beautiful.
it is, and there's so much to see, and just so much different, you know, people and landscape and scenery. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. That's why I love driving. I mean, I drive to Colorado when I go out there, and it's just so cool to see the differences between here and there and whatnot.
So which route do you normally take? 70 across?
So I take 40. And then up to, I think it's like Nashville or somewhere. I end up taking, it changes over. I think it might be 70 that goes straight across Kansas from like St. Louis and Kansas City and all that stuff.
Yeah. You should have.
I'm watching that chat out there. The Iraq veteran 8888's range vent. What, is that in North Carolina?
No, sir. That's down in Georgia.
Oh, it's in Georgia.
Yep.
That'd be a drive.
It's only halfway to Florida.
Yeah, it's
Georgia's when I drive to Florida. Georgia's where I always start getting tired. I'm like, oh, I got to push through this.
Yeah, it's a private event though, that IV 8888 thing. It's a by invite, and I was invited last year. And I couldn't make it. Unfortunately, my work schedule is set out 10 months ahead of time. So if I don't know what time off I need to take, almost a year ahead of time, a lot of times I miss out on stuff. Like I was invited to the Gun Con in Brownells next month. And unfortunately, I just can't make it. I'm teaching a class, and I think that event's over a Friday and Saturday, and my class is, on Friday. Or I think that's the last day of my class, and I just don't have folks that can, stand by for me very easily. So I miss out on awful lot of stuff, unfortunately. So, however, I did take time off ahead of time for the IREC Veteran 8888 thing, the end of September, and then also SHOT Show next year. So I am planning on making SHOT. I still got to kind of finalize stuff with that, but I don't know if I'm gonna go with the Brownells crew. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna try to do it on my own. I really don't know. I just want to go. I'm not really going to do a whole bunch of, I hear Shot is kind of a crazy event. So, I'm just going to probably go, but.
Definitely got to do some videos and make sure you run around and arm scoop the tables for free swag.
Yeah, if anything else, yeah. I mean, I'll definitely if I make it out there like I'm planning on it, I'll definitely do some videos and stuff. A lot of it though, I think I will be trying to focus on meeting with folks, and if I can get some swag to bring back to give away or something, I think that'd be pretty cool too. So,
yeah, I think one of my main reasons would be the contacts you can make, not only with just businesses, but with other content creators.
Yep.
So that kind of would be a great little meetup kind of thing to do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of folks that I've feel like I've known for years, but I've never met in person. So that's kind of part of my reasoning behind that. So I don't know if y'all know Mr. Big Kid.
Yeah, he's got
I was a subscriber of him back when he was sub 500 subs.
I think I subscribed to him sub at 1K.
Yeah, so for a long time, and to see him do so well is just so cool. Because I kind of, I told him years ago, I was like, man, I mean, there's no reason, with his quality of, editing and photography and videography, there's no reason why he can't, go pretty far. And so it's been really cool to see him excel the way he has. And I've never met him in person. We've talked and stuff over the years, and but just really, I'm happy doing this, but it's just cool to see somebody that I kind of see as kind of one of us that started from the around the same time or more or less, and to make it at that level is just really awesome. So I'm big supporter of his, and he's just a real cool guy, real humble, and just hoping to. That's kind of my motivation. Actually, he may be at the IREC Veteran 8888 thing at the end of September. So I got to check with him, see if he's going to be there or not. But anyways, folks like him that I've known for a long time, just not had a chance to meet, would be pretty cool to run into him at SHOT Show. I'm pretty sure he'll be there. And then, of course, all the Brownells folks that I, associate with, fairly regularly. It'd be nice to run into some of those guys. And I don't know who all from Brownells would be down at the Ivy 8888 thing or not, but I'm sure a few of them will be down there. So,
yeah, I wonder if Joe will make it down. SGNE.
Yeah, from Shooting Gallery New England. I don't know. I know he was down there not the
a couple
last
of years
one.
ago.
So last year they did two of the Ivy 8888 things. So they had a makeup thing in the spring from the previous year, because of COVID. And they had the one in the fall. So he went to the spring one, and then I was actually invited to the fall one, but I just couldn't make it. I was invited a little too late, and my schedule was already mapped out for me. So, but he didn't go to the fall one, so I don't know if he's going to make it or not. I know he's trying to move south, other than that, I'm not really sure. I guess I got to ask him and see if he's planning on going. So I'm dang sure going. So I just got to figure out if my wife's going to go too, because I did put her down as a guest, and then figure out where I'm. Because if she ain't going, I'm gonna try to link up with somebody that I know to, rent an Airbnb or something with, because that stuff gets pricey traveling around. So.
Oh yeah.
Just think about fuel costs now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not too bad for me because I'm in North Carolina and this is just going to Georgia. I think it's about 5.5 hours away, so it's not too bad. But yeah, fuel costs nuts. I mean, I've been spending over $5. I mean, both my cars take premium, so I mean, I got a Raptor and I got a Edge ST, and they all take premium. So yeah, fuel, and then my boat even takes premium, so I'm just screwed all the way around.
So what
Yeah,
what
it's
year? What year eggs?
What's that?
What year eggs?
It's a 2020 ST with the 2.7 twin turbo.
My coworker. On Tuesday it'll be 2 weeks since his Ford decided to do its spontaneous combustion driving down the road.
Yeah, what was it?
Ford Escape.
Oh, it was an Escape. Okay.
Yep.
What year was it?
18 or 19.
Okay, so it had the probably the 2-liter EcoBoost or the
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, he was just driving. He went to pass a vehicle and he noticed that like he had no throttle pressure, and then he said he could see on the Jersey barrier in between, down the middle of the freeway, it looked like his blinker was on.
Oh wow!
And he got to the side of the road where he was able to pull off and popped the hood of his car, and the flames just came a rushing. And he has a video where the flames were shooting out of the hood of his car a good 3.5 feet above the roof of the vehicle.
That sucks. You know what? I'll tell you what. I had an Escape years ago. I had an early 2003 model, and the Escapes back then were actually pretty dang good. But the ones that they call an Escape now, when they did the big redesign of the little, it's basically a damn Focus that's jacked up. It's just a jacked up Focus. They're garbage. I don't really care for them. I've rode in some. I had one as a loaner before, and the one I had as a loaner was a loaded out one, and I don't know, they're just not that good.
Yeah. So, Mr. Andrew Niles has joined us. Welcome. Again, guys, I think we got Christian, like probably with sub 20 people to hit 2K. It would be awesome to get him
I
there.
lost subs again. I just checked, actually. I lost subs again. Yeah, I can't win for losing, but it's all right. That's hilarious. Yeah, I went back down. I'm at 1978. So I was at 1980, and now I'm back down again. I was at when I first started the live stream here, I was at 1974. So I went up to 1978, then back to 1973, and then to 1980, and now I'm not back to 1978. So YouTube can't make up its mind whether it wants to give me subs or not. So that's all right. That's the way it goes. But yeah, I definitely appreciate folks hopping on there if they hadn't seen my channel before. That's it's always nice to get new folks to get on there and watch stuff and give comments. So I know you were asking earlier, D23, about why folks did YouTube and stuff like this. And I'll tell you what, the other thing that I really enjoy about it is learning. Because I'll put out a video about something, and I put out what I know or what my experience is, but a lot of times I'll get comments, stuff about this, that or the other, and I'll learn something new. And it's I think life is all a big learning experience, and the more stuff that you can learn and put in your toolbox, the better off you are. And it's just I also teach for a living, so that's kind of the aspect I take with my students, participants. A lot of times I learn stuff from them as well. So, but yeah.
Yep, you should aspire to learn one thing new every day.
Yep, that's pretty good words to live by right there. So
Well, not sure how much more we have coverage wise. Anyone got questions for us or any more topics that we want to cover before we get out of here?
No, I'm good. I've been on what, 3 hours?
Yep, pushing 3 hours.
a long time. Now I hopped on here kind of towards the middle latter part, I guess. So
Yeah.
We've had some go over 4 before. We just sometimes you just get rolling and you just forget the time.
So I'll give a little bit of a as far as the live streams. You know what? I didn't do my first live stream ever until I think probably early this year. I've been doing YouTube for years and never really got into the live stream thing. So it's actually a lot of fun though. I mean, I've watched live stream for years, but not really been a part of them until fairly recently. So
I love doing them. I got into them through Foreign and Domestic, actually not long after I started my YouTube channel.
Yep, I was on Foreign and Domestic, I think one time. So I guess it was before this year. So it was probably last year when I was on there at one point for one with Crazy Scotsman and Jamie and I don't know if Chico Wise was on there or not, but yeah, good old group of folks there. But a lot of times, for me, just because my schedule is so crazy, sometimes it's hard for me to set aside a time to be able to hop on and stuff. And then I got a wife that gives me a hard time. Like, she doesn't really know what I do with YouTube. All she knows is I dabble with video stuff. So
well, my woman holds the camera for me while I'm doing stuff for YouTube.
Oh, really? I wish I could get mine to do that, but she'd probably throw it at me.
Yeah.
So,
and then I don't
want my wife trying to hold the camera for me. So,
well, then we go to the range, and she runs out of ammo. Then she starts getting in my box because she brought 2 guns to shoot too.
So my wife shoots a lot also, but I'll tell you how our range days go. Normally, when I go take her to the range with me, I'm loading mags for her the whole time. I don't even get to shoot. So. She loves to shoot, but
I bought her an Uplula. She can load.
Yeah, my wife's got one of those too, but she still prefers me to load.
Well, yeah, it's a lot. It takes less time in between shooting if somebody else is loading your mags.
And she'll break the bank on the ammo, run on the ammo too, man. I can't take her to the range without spending a few $100 worth of ammo at a setting, so it gets a little pricey. I don't ask her to go to the range very often because I don't want to burn up all my ammo. So, but no, she loves to shoot. I wish she'd shoot a little bit more. I did add her onto my membership this year after they changed some rules. It used to be I could have her as a guest any time of the day for $20 for the whole day, but then they changed it. I could only have guests during public hours, so I paid an extra $100 to have her added on my membership. And so I told her, I said, well, you got to shoot at least 4 or 5 times this year, otherwise it don't make sense. So I've been stocking up ammo so she can shoot more.
Both ranges I belong to an indoor and an outdoor, and both of them allow her to come in with me anytime. It's unlimited.
Yeah, my range changed things because they had people bring guests they weren't really keeping after them. There was a lot of instances of things happening. I actually had an incident happen to me. Because I never go during public hours. My range has public hours on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I was there kind of cleaning up my stall or taking my target down and stuff. And there was a group that walked in. They decided they were going to pick up my gun bags and move them for me. And I about flipped out. I was like, you don't be touching my stuff. And I think it's instances like that they decided no more, guests during off public hours. Because public hours, they got an RSO out there. kind of watching over stuff, and if you're not there during public hours, it's basically the honor method. Folks kind of being safe on their own, and if you bring a guest, you're responsible for them. And I think, unfortunately, people are bringing guests and not, watching over them good enough. So, because that was some guests actually that moved my stuff, and But anyways, I think that's why they did that at my range.
The range I'm contemplating joining has a family, so you just pay one amount, and your wife, your kids, all can be on the membership for the same price, and then you can take guests certain amount of times.
Okay.
And everything, and then they have public hours also on the weekends.
Yeah.
So
to answer Abigail, she said, "I'd like to find a place to shoot at night." We can shoot at the outdoor range. You can go up and you can do night shooting if you want to. That's all on the table. I mean, it's being a range member. That's a privilege you get, and it's not a problem. So I'm actually, I talked to the guy who runs the range out there. I got to be good friends with him. I mentioned that to him, and he said, "Bring your flashlights. Make sure you shoot at the berm. That's all we ask."
So
like, okay.
The range that I am contemplating has 24-hour access.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So has free Wi-Fi.
That sounds like one of those highfalutin ranges.
Hey, that's a highfalutin range there, boy. Let me tell you what. You got free Wi-Fi.
If you're a member, then there's hiking trails and fishing locations that are for members only.
You mean moving target trails for the other members?
No, those are separate of the range. There's picnic areas with barbecues and everything like that. Camping location, so like you could have RVs and stuff. So
that's nice.
Well, you can't park an RV at our range, but if you want to have an event, you can use the clubhouse and the kitchen. We do have indoor bathrooms, heated in the wintertime, air conditioning in the summertime. We do have one unisex porta-john. We do have shelters in the pistol bay you can shoot from under. If it's raining out, that's not a problem. The bays are set up pretty nice for wind blockage. We were out there today, actually. I did one short, and I'm going to do another short of shooting the 45 long Colt today. God, I love that thing. I loaded some hot rounds for it, and wow, man, I feel like I'm shooting a long Colt now.
Yeah, it's nice when a range can have some additional amenities. I know a lot of ranges or range club memberships, a lot of them will have land for hunting and stuff like that as well. Not mine particularly, but I know some that do. When I lived in Ohio, I belonged to a place called Alliance Rifle and Pistol Club, and they had an indoor range and an outdoor range, and they had so many shooting spots, and the membership was cheap. It was like $90-something a year. And then I moved down here, and there's like hardly any ranges in the South, which I'm shocked. I think probably because most folks just shoot on their own property and whatnot, but all the ones down here to be a member are very expensive. So like I pay about $500 a year for my membership. So
how much?
About $500. Yeah, with my wife on there. Yeah.
I pay $100 a year. And,
yeah, that's what I used to pay. Yeah, when I lived up in Ohio, I paid about $100 a year. It was like 90 something dollars. Yeah, there's nothing like that down here. Most all the ranges want quite a bit of money, and many of the ranges have a waiting list even to get a membership.
Well, see, me and mine, we're not married, but she was questioned if we do live together. And she said, and she looked at the lady asking her. She said, "Well, yes, we live together." She's like, "Oh, okay, that's fine then.
Nice.
You're good." So she goes to the club pistol practice with me on Thursday nights.
Okay.
And we try different scenarios and stuff, and it's really, it's really good. You know, it's a certified instructor that's just giving his time because he enjoys it.
Yeah. So when I lived in Ohio, the club I belonged to up there, they had like a children league, if you will, and they had some certified trainers stuff that volunteered. So both my daughters did the shooting league there. So I take them once a week, and my oldest daughter decided to do competitions outside of that, and she shot service rifle CMP matches with me for a couple years. So that was pretty cool. I kind of missed my club up there. It was a really nice club, and I mean, not that the one down here isn't too bad, but what I pay, I think, for what I get here is definitely not as much.
Yes, yeah, I get that. I shoot USPSA, IDPA, and 3-gun.
Okay.
So I get to travel around to all the different ranges within a radius of me, and I've been to a couple really nice places, and then I've been to some. What the heck is this? You guys pay to be a member here? Do you have a porta potty? No, we got a tree. Okay.
Yeah, when I used to do service rifle matches, there was some like that basically, had nothing. It was just like they had you were lucky if they had a porta potty, because most of the service rifle matches were done, on pretty long ranges where they had, 200, to 600 yard ranges, and quite a bit of land, but they didn't have any sort of clubhouse or facilities or anything like that. But also, most of those clubs were pretty cheap to be a member of. Also, they'd be $50 a year or something. But not here in North Carolina. They're proud of their stuff as far as gun ranges.
I got a range that's probably not even 8 to 10 minutes from my house, and I won't join. Just because the upkeep and the condition of it, and just some of the attitudes there, it's not interested.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And it really stinks because it's on a nice piece of land. Mm-hmm. They've got really nice bays, they got nice setup and everything, but it's just the whole overall attitude of the place.
Yeah,
it could be really cleaned up. The way it sets.
Yeah, that looks like a nice place there. You're sharing G23.
Those are all promo shots. Where do you see it in person? No, I'm just kidding. That club you belong to, Chris, that's pretty nice up there. I went and did that steel plate match, and I was creeping on where you do your videos.
Oh, over on the Marion fishing game or whatever. It's not bad. I gotta get. The only problem with that, you got to get there early in the morning, beat everybody there if you're gonna do filming there.
So, welcome to Miss Shefires, and I know Carolina EDC said he finally hit 5K. So, congrats on hitting 5K.
That's awesome.
So
awesome.
Well, yeah, we've been going at it for 3 hours. My record, actually, for the longest live stream that I've done is like 6.5 hours, and I'm not trying to break that tonight. So
he's flexing on you, Chris.
Yeah. Not me. I can't go that long.
Nah.
I don't know. You know, Santee did a 24-hour live stream.
That's nuts. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean,
I could do 24 hours in 4 days. I mean,
Hey, speaking of long chats, now this is a good one, and I wish I could remember who it was. I think we were coming off of our chat. I went back to bed. I was laying there. I turned YouTube on the TV, and it's channel I'm subscribed to, and they were doing a chat, and I fell asleep watching it, and I woke back up at like, I don't know, it's like 8 in the morning, and I kicked YouTube back on, and the chat was still going, and the two chairs, there was two guys still on, and their chairs were empty, and you could hear them both snoring. And I mean, I never laughed so hard. I'm like, I don't know if they were intentionally did it or, but I was laughing because I'm like, you just see two empty chairs and you can hear both of them snoring, and they were like in sync, snoring together. It was funny, but
that's awesome.
Mrs. Hotshot's got to put out some content, and we have footage of her, and it's just a matter of her getting time to put it together.
so I gave Mrs. Hotshot a wrench, and
You got a wrench, honey.
I threw her link out there, so we shall see if we can't get her over 50, but looks like SwitchPod says she got one more. So,
yeah, I just upped you.
Yeah, she appreciates that.
Wow. There you go. 2 more.
now when we go, we're gonna start plugging stuff before we get off here. I haven't even told Gene yet what we got in store for him Wednesday night.
So,
Oh,
she's 7 away from 50.
All right.
Nice.
So, Mr. Christian, you want to plug anything you got before we get out of here?
Yeah, I reckon. YouTube channel, Christian Gress, easy to find. Over on Instagram, also Christian Gress. I do have a Facebook page. It is private. It's labeled under CG Space Channel. So I kind of kept that little low key. So with my photography stuff, you'll see CG Space Shots a lot. So that's kind of my copyright on my photography stuff. So that's kind of where this, it's just my initials. But I do a lot of stuff over on Instagram. So at Christian Gress over on Instagram, and you can find me over there. I'm also on that stupid place TikTok, CG Shots. I got one channel one of my accounts already got the band hammer over there. So I don't know. I've pretty much given up on that devil of a place. However, I did start doing some blog writing over on Tumblr. So you can find me over there as Christian Gress as well. So like I said, pretty easy to find. If you know my name, you can find me.
Awesome. Yep. I'm probably going to have to create a TikTok account because
TikTok's the devil.
I got the band hammer from Facebook and Instagram, and
how do you get banned off of Instagram?
So Instagram was connected to my Facebook account.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
And they said, "Boom, you're done," and they took out everything. So I ended up, after a while, I was able to recreate a new Instagram account, and within 24 hours of recreating it, it got nuked again.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So a lot of times they'll track the IP that you're creating a new account from. That's why you get rebanned or whatever. If you haven't already, try using a VPN. If you don't have a VPN service, that might be helpful. Because I know some other folks that had similar issues. But yeah, maybe try that. I mean, Instagram. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I got 2 accounts over there. I got a primary and a backup account because they like to just ban people for no reason over there quite frequently. So, but I started with photography, so that's kind of, I was doing that pretty heavy before the YouTube stuff. So I have quite a bit of content over there. So
I've been corrected. It was like half a day. So yeah, they nuked me quick. So yeah, hell, in that last account, I think I had 2 posts up, and I hadn't
yeah,
even.
they must have saw that you were using the same IP. That's just my guess from other folks I've spoken with that had issues over there. So,
Yeah. So, I've got a lifetime ban.
It sounds like it.
Oh no! I knew I had a lifetime ban, and I was trying to get around it, but they were quick at catching and nuking my account. So, Mr. Hot Pot, what do you got coming up, and what do you want to plug before we get out of here?
I want to plug in my vibrating heated foot sauna. The one thing I do want to mention is on my 3,000 sub giveaway. I'm only plugging this out on the chats. I'm not going to do any other things with it. I did do one post today, and that was the end of it. I did one, and I'm stopping there. Everything else is on the chats. So just keep following the chats, everybody, and the 3,000 sub giveaway will be coming up, and I've got some nice things to give to all of my tribe. I want to spread the love. Other than that, thank you for having me on, Chris. Great seeing you again. Christian, man, nice meeting you.
Yep,
and
nice meeting you.
I have been subbed to you. I checked it, and I was like, I've got all my notifications turned on, but I rarely see anything from you.
I had the same problem. A lot of folks I'm subbed to, I never see nothing. So I've been subbed to you for a while as well. So I got some catching up to do. Looks like.
But that's all I got. On to you, Chris.
Yeah, I'll say hi to 223 DMR. He just jumped in out there. All right, so this is I'm really super excited about Wednesday night's show. I have got they're actually 3 friends of mine, guys that a couple of them I've shot with, but I've got 2 Grandmaster PCC shooters coming on and 1 Masterclass shooter, and the one guy has invented the firearm part. He's going to come on and talk about that. I'm only going to, as far as the panel goes, Gene, it's going to be me and you and G. And I'm going to get Chico Wise on because he shoots USPSA. So these guys are all, they all reload their own ammo. And Mike Seifert, the one panelist that'll be with us, actually travels all over the world shooting. He's also a GM in IPSC. So it's going to be really cool to sit and chat with these guys Wednesday night. And 2 of them are from Ohio. Mike's from New Jersey. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that show. And that's what we got coming on. So Wednesday night, 9 to 11 Eastern on my channel. I'd like to see everybody that's out there in the side chat over there Wednesday night.
So, should have a video or two coming out hopefully this week. And then I'll be over Wednesday night on Chris's channel doing his live stream. And probably a live stream next weekend. So I do want to say, again, next weekend being Memorial Weekend, at least once during that weekend, we need to take some time and remember the reason why we're getting that weekend. Reflect on the men and women who paid the ultimate sacrifice and paid for our freedoms. So I think we should really do that every day, but it is the weekend that it is designated to. So let's definitely give a couple extra minutes and thank them. So we shall see you guys next week. Have a great one.
Night, everybody.
Not everybody.
See y'all later.